So if you see this shirt for the second time, I am recording videos back to back because the Lord just put it on my heart and I said, just why not? So in this video, I am going to be talking about the metoo hashtag. And I know the hashtag is old, but as a woman, that has experienced a metoo situation, it's never an old hashtag. So in this video, I'll be discussing the metoo hashtag, and I'll also be sharing a couple of stories. And this is a message for young girls, maybe women my age, maybe women a little bit younger, but this is really just a message that I want to give out to young girls. So hopefully you are blessed by it. My name is Kai. My name is Kai, and on this channel, I discuss everything that's related to Jesus Christ. I give Christian advice, I do commentary on topics, current topics, we have discussions, we do Bible study, and I do reactions. So welcome. If you've never clicked on my videos before, thank you so much for clicking. If you like the content, once I actually get into the content, you can subscribe, you can like, you can comment below. I love discussing things in the comments with my subscribers. So thank you for clicking, and if you're coming back, welcome. So, as I said, I have been doing just a lot of thinking about, my past and where the Lord has brought me from and the things that He has delivered me from and brought me through. And I don't go on social media very often. I mean, I'm on YouTube a lot because a lot of pure content is on YouTube that I can watch and be entertained by. But like Instagram and TikTok and all of those social media platforms, I'm not on. I don't have a TikTok, but I do have an Instagram and a Facebook, but I'm not on there very often. So the few times per month that I do actually go on those platforms, it just, how can I say it? A lot of things break my heart. Let's just say that. A lot of things break my heart because as a young woman, we desire to be accepted. Ever since, I was a little girl, I just wanted to be accepted. And God has blessed me with a personality that I got along with, for the most part, everybody. I've always had a lot of friends. I've always had a big social circle. And when social media came on the scene, it was like, oh, now I get a chance to talk to the world. So you want to be seen, you want to be liked, you want people to, think highly of you. So when I go on these social media platforms and I see that, women and girls are still taking 1,000 selfies a day, and women are still posting half naked, photos and videos of themselves. And now they have this thing, I saw a video on YouTube, something called OnlyFans, where you can make money by, I guess, dancing or stripping or, and people pay like a membership of some sort. But if we only knew as women, and I'm sure I'm going to cry in this video, but I'm going to try not to, but if we as women and young girls only knew the value that we have, and if we only realized how God sees us, we wouldn't be doing half the things that we do for the attention of a mere man. God, the creator of all things, is our Father. He is our creator. And once you accept Jesus Christ, He becomes, you're adopted into the family. And you start to realize what He thinks of you, that He knows every hair that, the number of hairs that you have on your head, that He made us and we were fearfully and wonderfully made, and the love that He has for us supersedes any kind of love that we could get on this earth from a man. You can't get enough likes, you can't get enough subscribers, you can't get enough thumbs up, you can't get enough, being on the trending page of any of these social media platforms. You can't get enough from this world that will ever compare to what the Lord has for you, for us. So I know that there has been a lot of women that have been, murdered over the years, not just recently, but just over the years by a spouse, a man that was stalking them, boyfriend, girlfriends. There's a lot of teenagers that are in relationships and they're losing their lives because, the boy gets angry or gets mad or doesn't want to break up and he ends up killing the girl. And when you're young, our minds take years to develop. And when you're a teenager, it really does seem like you have life figured out. You're coming into your own. You're starting to realize the ways of the world, even though, I don't know why my nose always itches. You're starting to come into, the knowledge of the world, or what you think is the knowledge of the world. And as you get older, you can do a little bit more. You have a little bit more independence. You go from being a little girl to now I can kind of dress how I want. I can wear makeup. Oh, I now have a social media platform. So now everything that I do, I can show off exactly what it is that I'm doing. Oh, I learned this new dance. Oh, it's the Busset Challenge. I want to be a part of that. So this world is becoming a place where if one person does something, whether it's good or bad, because as we know, there's been some challenges online that are just stupid, for lack of a better term. They're stupid, they're dangerous, they're foolish, they're nasty, like the Busset Challenge, the card, what's that girl's name? The card, what's the girl's name? The Jenner girl, Kendall, the one with the lips, that challenge, just all of these challenges that make no sense, but you can tell that the children, and I don't mean to call teenage girls or boys children, but this is for teenage girls mainly, but no matter how old you are, you may get a blessing out of this. But we live in a world where you follow, and if the blind is leading the blind, you both are going to fall into a ditch. And you have had children that have OD'd and passed away from the Benadryl challenge. So following what the world has said works, following what the world has set up for you to do, and making it seem like, oh, well, if I do this, I may get famous. Oh, if I do this, they may like me. The Lord has so much in store for you. The Lord has so much more in store for you. And if I had have known what I know now when I was a teenager. So the reason that I wanted to make this video was to encourage young girls that you do not have to do anything to please this world. When you come to know Jesus Christ and you understand the love that he has for you and the abundant life that he wants to give you, and that he can provide more for us than any human being, woman, man, or child could ever provide for us, you start looking at the world differently. You realize, oh, I don't have to post half-naked pictures to please anybody. I'm disrespecting myself. I'm disrespecting, my family. If my mom or my dad saw these pictures, what would they think of me? You disrespect the temple that God has given you. Just because he's blessed you with a beautiful body, it doesn't mean that you have to share it with the world. Just because he's blessed you with a beautiful body and you have the opportunity to give that body to anyone that you want sexually, doesn't mean that you have to. So I say that to say, I say that a lot. I just wanted to share two metoo situations with you, because this video is mainly for teenage girls. I want to take it back to when I was a teenager and two situations that happened to me, and maybe this situation is similar to something that you've had happen, or it can be a cautionary tale, just to start trusting God earlier than later, so that you can have protection and that you can have eyes that can see the truth, and to be able to see situations that you may or may not want to get into. So I have been sexually active since I was 12. I grew up in the suburbs, ended up moving to New York, and I basically went from like the suburbs to Compton. And it was eye-opening because I had never been around that many people. I had never been around that many boys. I had never been around, that much freedom, because my mom worked a lot. I come from a single mother household, so she worked a lot. So I was out and about all the time. I was partying, I was drinking, I would go to school, but if I could skip school, I would skip school. I would smoke weed, I would drink, I would hang out with boys at their house, at somebody's house. So the first time that I was raped was, I had went to go see my sister in Tennessee, and I was dating a boy, and I was maybe 14, 15, and he may have been 20, 21. I've always dated older guys. And I had went to go see him at his house. Me and his sister had become really good friends. And I had went to go see him. And when I knocked on the door, his brother answered. And he was like, oh, well, he's not here, but you can come in. And I'm like, okay, cool. I was friends with everybody in the house, so it didn't strike me as odd. So as I go in the house, we're just chilling, and he was like, well, I got some green. You want to go back in the room and smoke? And because I was so addicted to weed back then, I would smoke with almost anybody. That's why I've had situations where I've had laced, blunts. I've, been drugged, because I would smoke with almost anyone because I just really enjoyed being high. So we go back in the room, and when I was younger, it was really hard for me to say no because I was so addicted to sex. It was hard for me to separate, do I really want to have sex with this guy, or do I just really want to have sex? And I would have sex with anybody that I wanted to. And with this brother, I knew it was wrong. I knew going in the room, I didn't feel like going in the room with him was wrong because I'm like, well, we're just going to go back there and smoke. And there's always been situations, and I'm sure as a teenage girl or woman, you can attest to this. You're in a situation and you go part of the way sexually, but halfway through, halfway into the situation, you're like, nah, I really don't want to do this. And that's why there's the saying, no means no. I don't care at what point a woman says no, it still is no. So we're back there in the room, we're smoking, and all of a sudden one thing leads to another, and he's basically trying to have sex with me. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, no, like this is not right. This is not right. And I'm trying to push him off of me. And I'm telling him no, and that just wasn't going to work from him. That was not going to work for him. So he ended up raping me in that room. And, once he finished raping me, he got up, left the room, and I put on my clothes and ran home, ran to my sister's house. And I can remember getting in the shower and just crying like a baby because I'm like, I put myself in a situation, we blame ourselves for a lot of stuff. And it's like, no, that wasn't my fault. Maybe I shouldn't have went back there in the room, but if I'm thinking that I'm going into a bedroom for something else to just hang out while I'm waiting on my boyfriend to come, then that's what should have happened. So that was the first time that I was raped. The second time that I was raped, and let me say this because I'm in my mind and I'm just thinking, and this is as vivid to me as if it happened yesterday, and this was 20 something years ago. The Lord gives us strength, and the Lord gives us power, and to know that I'm forgiven for any sins that I've ever committed, the ones that I know about and the ones that I don't, is the reason that I can talk about being raped as a teenager and not burst into tears. Because I've been carrying my assaults for years, and every once in a while it'll come back to my mind, and the devil will be like, well, yeah, that was your fault. You shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that. And now that I know the Lord, I'm like, no, I forgive my rapist. I pray that, that they've come to know the Lord and that they've repented for raping me. But, I don't cry about it anymore because I'm strong, and I'm strong because of the Lord. I'm strong because his strength makes me strong. So, okay, I got 6 minutes. So the second time that I was raped, I had went to a guy's house with a girlfriend. and her and the guy were going to go upstairs and do their thing. And I'm just like, well, I don't want to stay down here with this dude. And I remember their names. I won't say their names, because it doesn't matter. I'm sharing these stories because they matter. So she goes upstairs with her guy, and I'm downstairs, with my guy, and I'm just like, I don't like this dude. I'm not here to have sex. Like, why am I here? I can go and sit in the car. And before I know it, we're smoking, and when you're high, your mind is not in the right place. When you're drunk, your mind is not in the right place at all. So all I kind of remember is somehow we ended up on the floor. And he's on top of me, and he's basically raping me. And at no point in time did I say yes. I'm steady saying no, and this was the more forceful of the two rapes, because I'm trying to literally push him off of me, and he's covering my mouth, so that they wouldn't hear me upstairs, and I'm trying to push him off, like physically push him off, and he just wouldn't get off of me. So he raped me, and I got up and I finally screamed for my friend, to come downstairs, let's go. And she comes down and she's like, what's the matter? And we get in the car, and I'm just like frantically crying, and I'm explaining to her, like, your dude's boy just raped me. And it just it's unfortunate, like, because we don't share these kind of stories. And I'm not even going to get into all of the sexual assaults in high school, boys feeling your butt when you walk past, talking about your breasts. You go out somewhere and they're talking about your body, and trying to get with you, and then if you don't want to get with them, oh well, F you be. So I'm running out of time on this video, and I just really wanted to share that and let young girls know that whatever it is you feel like you have to do for acceptance, you don't. You can be everything that God created you to be, and you can have the most beautiful life that doesn't consist of harming yourself or putting yourself out there to be like the rest of the world, because the world doesn't care about you. The world really doesn't care about you, and all of those likes and subscribers and your fan club. If anything happened to you, they'd mourn you for a short time and then they'd move on. The Lord died for us. So if you're interested in knowing more about salvation, I do have a video in the description that gives just an overview of the sacrifice of Jesus Christ and what that means for you and what that means for me. And I pray for you. I pray for young girls every day. I pray for the world every day, but I especially pray for young girls because I know what it feels like to be young and to be dumb but not even realize that you're foolish and immature. And I just want everybody to know the love of God, and I want everybody to know that He made us in His image to flourish and to live, a abundant life, and not to be in bondage to social media and to men, and to be concerned about what men think about us, and doing everything in our power to make other girls jealous and to make men or boys like us more. So hopefully you've been blessed by this video. Got 3 minutes. Hopefully you've been blessed by this video. Hopefully I've given you something. I don't mind sharing my testimony about being a 2-time survivor of rape, because I'm strong. I'm strong, and it taught me to not put myself in certain situations, but it also taught me how evil this world can be, because both of my rapists I had to see on a regular basis after that, for a while until I went off to college. So be blessed. Stay safe. Share this video if you like. Leave a comment. If you are a Me Too survivor, I'd love to hear your story and your testimony and where you are at now with it. And that's all I have for you. Subscribe if you like if you like. Why does my nose itch? Subscribe if you like if you like. And stay tuned for more videos. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Bye!